I'm just going to run and grab my glasses. I'll be right back. Okay. Welcome back, guys. I'm just setting up on my tablet here so I can read your comments as we go along. I don't know about all you all, but boy, today has been a day. Let me just say. Well, I think to be actually honest, hi, Miss Chow, welcome. I think to be absolutely honest, it's been like intense. That's a really good way to put it. It's been darn intense. Yeah, there's a lot of changes going on. How do we say? Changes that you yourself very well have no control over. And because people make the decisions they're going to make. It's like hi Lucimar, welcome. It's like you've given all of yourself and everything you can to a situation, and the choices that people make moving forward are theirs. And you have to really be understanding of the movement forward, the necessity for all of those things, the change, the everything. I gotta move this forward. How do I do that? Interesting. I just said the movement forward, and here I am saying, how do I do that? And that's a good question. How do we do that movement forward? When it's time to have the movement forward, how do we move forward with it? I believe it's in the absolute process of allowing whatever is to be. And yeah, allowing yourself to be in the most vibrant energy possible. Allowing yourself to go it alone if you must. Allow yourself and others to go into hermit mode. Allow everybody the freedom that they need to figure out which trajectory is perhaps their trajectory. Yeah, that's what I'd like to say about that. Please do hit the like button if you have not yet. That would be awesome. So my shoulder is definitely feeling better, I have to say. I thank a friend I hung out with last night who gave me, as she calls it, some giggle juice. Anyways, it's good fun. It relaxed my muscles, that's for sure. And I think in the relaxing of the muscles, okay, so here's an idea. In the relaxing of the flexing of your muscles all the time, that masculine energy of I've got to make it this way, or I've got to make it that way, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've gotta. As we relax from that energy and allow it to be, then you end up moving into a way of being that is, it shows you what's for you without the flexing. Why do we need to flex our muscles all the time? We've got to make something happen. Hi, Ditto, welcome. Good Sunday to you. You're so very welcome. Oh, my nose is itchy. I must be starting to channel again. So it could be a 4-hour process, 4-day process where you just want to take some time to have some clarity of thought, to decide what to do next, to allow the divine to bring the movement forward. It's about giving your mental body a break and allowing your heart, your soul, to have the celebration it needs. There's something that's going on right now about building a very firm foundation for something. And details need to be sorted out. People need to be on the same page. truths need to be spoken, but there is cause for celebration in it all. So if there is cause for celebration in it all, how do we embrace that celebration before it's even happened? Is it all about faith? Is it about having trust? Is it about having soul? Is it about embracing the things we desire and the happiness before it arrives? Or is it about sacrificing time, effort, and energy? Is it about sacrificing yourself, being a martyr? Is it about that? Is it about sacrificing yourself for the clarity you've needed? Is it about just hanging back? Allowing a vision for your life to come through, and as you do, a brand spanking new start happens. It's not necessarily the brand new in your life, but it could be the embracing of emotions in a whole new way that you've never done before, you see? So that in and of itself, embracing emotion to bring healing and to having an overflowing of emotion. This could be a love offer, a new job, new home, new life, new you offer that comes in. And it's absolutely a tower moment. It's like the divine is striking you with lightning about how to move forward. Why do I say how to move forward? Because we have the Chariot. It's about recognition and accomplishment for who you are. It's like being on a path and being given that absolute green light. It's time now. It's time now. Let go of it all of the fears, all of the everything else. Hello, T. Graham, welcome. And bring yourself the beauty of freedom, the freedom to choose as you do. Joan, hello. I'm not sure I did, Joan. Awesome. Do you want to go ahead? I hate to say this, but send me another email and I'll look at it after we're done this. Now, this is about the new beginning. It's a new start. What will you let go of to have that brand new beginning? If it's an apartment, a house, maybe a bed you built, I don't know. If it's whatever it is, what will you let go of and take the minute things that you have in order to have a brand new beginning? What is going to bring your heart, your emotions, your soul, your energy, a new way of invigorating itself? What's going to bring that? We're heading into the Pisces new moon in a few days, and that new moon is all about rebirth. Hi, ER. It's all about rebirth. It's all about finding that you, or why it was, and renewal. It's all about renewal as well. Why it was that you wanted something in the first place. Perhaps there's been a lot of Saturn, the heaping of the energies, the reality of the scenario, pulling you in towards your mind, facing reality. But Piscean energy is about embracing that wistfulness of, I have the freedom to create what I desire. See, when we sit there in the reality sense of everything, our thoughts in our mind, it ends up taking us in a place that is, we can't see past this roadblock, so therefore there's no way past it. But the divine doesn't work like that. The divine doesn't work with that roadblock. Perhaps that roadblock that you perceive as that roadblock is actually an opportunity for people to make choices that are going to affect you in a beautiful way, for you to make choices that are going to affect other people in such a beautiful, tangible way, you see. So it's really about allowing yourself that motion forward, that movement forward to, oh, you know what it's about coming into, oh, the energy of trusting your soul again. It's about getting in touch with trusting why you wanted things the way you wanted them in the first place. When you started that thing you started, what was the goal? When I started tarot, when I started coming on here, it was the goal to help others. It was a goal to sit here and have conversation and communion with others, help myself grow, you know, help other people grow, put myself in a position where there was something else that was created on a tangible, unseeable form. And it wasn't even about tarot, but I didn't imagine at the time, which was a block for me. I couldn't imagine at the time as how somebody could come online and just show their face and talk about things that mean so much to them and have people that resonated. I didn't understand that at the time because I didn't have all of the knowledge. Hi, Tracy, welcome back. And all of the wisdom that I have now to put into an understanding. An understanding does not necessarily mean this is a pathway forward. An understanding is like a culmination point where you hit the little thing on your mouse and you click save. It's like, that light bulb moment, that moment where I'm going to click save on this because this is smart. Whether my mind remembers it or not, my soul, my energy, my heart is going to remember what that is, what that aha moment in my soul is about. So this new moon, I want to say, is all about honoring who you are. It's about renewal, rebirth. It's about taking things to a place of new trajectories forward. It may need to wrap up a lot of the things that have happened. If you've just been let go, job, relationship, family, if you've walked away from job, relationship, family, if you're looking for the new starts, I want to tell you that they're already here. The new starts are already here. So what is it that you've started in the release of the letting go? What can you renew your soul to as you move forward? Which way do you want to go? What is the power that wells up within you that heads you in a way forward unlike you have ever headed before? Understanding the reality of the situation, which is Saturn, the father of time, really, and dealing with that Saturn energy of reality to going ahead and bringing a renewal about as to which way you wanted to go. Do we remember why we started that in the first place? Do you remember what it is you wanted to build? Thank you, Miss Shell. Welcome. And thank you for saying so. Do you remember what it was when you started that thing? The energy, the feeling. All you have to do is hit the X and then you'll go out of the live chat will be minimized and then you can hit the like button. Anyways, so that feeling that you wanted to create when you thought, oh, I should do this. That'd be cool. Because you know what? For me, I felt like I had so much to say, no place to say it. And the places I was saying it to are the people I was already mentioning these things to, got tired of hearing it. And because I knew what was to be said, but I didn't have the pathways to help them, the steps to help them get there. And a lot of times, even now, I still wonder if I have the pathway or the help or the steps to help anyone get there. But there are people that come along and resonate with the beauty that is being thrown. So when I come on here with intention, how do we set intention to renew our energy to things that matter to us? How do we set intention to do that? How about we could, perhaps we could set intention for the new moon about a part of our soul awakening that used to be there. So it's like a new level of understanding. It's not about sacrificial energy anymore. It's not about being the martyr, but it's about understanding. It's not even about taking things full forward in a masculine force type way. It's about surrendering to the wonders of the universe. What can the divine bring you? What can the divine bring you? Something more beautiful than you ever imagined. There's a reason why you headed down the path you headed. Interesting how my nails emulate that color. Is that not interesting? Yeah, that's very interesting. So, you see, how are you going to sparkle? How are you going to shine? And why did you start what you started in the first place? Was it to bring money in? That may have happened based on whatever it was you decided to do. But perhaps when your energy shifted from the bringing in that new thing to the financial aspects of things, perhaps that's where you kind of lost your way. I know for me at times that's exactly what happens, because I'm looking for the creative way or the finances to propel my life forward, you know. So let's read this card of wonders. Wondrous times, wonders of the universe. It's beautiful. I feel its energy. It's about crystals and that sort of thing. Quartz crystal yet. Wonders. Natural rock crystals, clear, amethyst, citrine, rose, and smoky, were all revered in ancient times. The Aboriginals of Australia called it maban, which was the material through which their shamans and elders gained their magical powers. The Egyptians believed quartz had mystical healing abilities and would bury their dead with a piece of crystal on their forehead. The Greeks and Romans believed crystals were solid ice that had been formed by the gods and thus had mystical powers. Even to present day, I'm glad it's on point for you. Even till present day, where was I now? I lost my spot. People believe that crystals can help manifest their intentions. Perhaps that is because of the piezoelectric qualities of quartz, the reason why quartz can amplify radio signals. There are some places in the world where it is not uncommon to find crystals on the surface of the land. These are especially powerful because they have found you in their natural setting. How beautiful is that? The sacred landscape wants you to know, just around the corner, exciting possibilities are waiting for you. Wonders will be abounding in your life. Sometimes they won't be apparent at first. Nevertheless, they are there. The more you see them and embrace them, the more these possibilities will grow in magnitude. Celebrate and cherish even the smaller ones. No matter how tiny they may seem, let go of expectations. Don't limit the way you think that wondrous events could appear in your life. Be open. If you believe, anything and everything is possible. So perhaps there's been a holding on to an energy, or, well, there you go. There you go, Tracy. So perhaps you feel like there's been a holding on to something, but in allowing the freedom for it to find its way, whatever it is, then you allow for the new beginnings. 10 likes, 10 people in the room. New beginning. What is this new beginning about? It's about stepping into the power. It's about harnessing the power that is you. Harnessing the power of the universe. How do you harness the power of the universe? By realizing you are the universe. How is it that you are the universe? How is it? Does anybody in the chat know? Maybe you can tell me how it is that you view yourself as the universe. The universe lives within. The universe is everything. The universe is that portal of energy that steps us all forward. What is your power of the universe? What is that? What's that look like? I'm telling you, there are new beginnings about to happen. But you have got to let a phase, a cycle, a something end the way you've always done. Amen. There's a you in the universe, and there's a universe in you. So, harnessing that power. I think there's a whole lot more powerful things going on than perhaps you've even given credit to this scenario. Have you been lacking faith and not trusting the power of the divine to move mountains in your behalf? I know I have. I felt like I had to create that movement forward for countless times, countless days, countless months, countless years, that if I didn't move or create the action and the movement forward, then it wouldn't happen. But now, in relying on the divine or others or whichever, hi Silver Mist, you know, you can have a new beginning in understanding universal power, understanding how you fit in it. Absolute new beginning. Let's read the new beginning one. New beginning coming for all. I love this because it's the last moon before the spring equinox, you know, before we spring into the new, spring forward, fall back. Even the time goes forward and back if your time zone changes, I suppose. New miracles. I just went to double rainbow miracles. Interesting. Miracles do happen. Do you believe in miracles? Me too. New beginnings. Well, new beginnings are beautiful. Miracles are beautiful too. Radiant sunrise. The sun is the most profound symbol of life itself, large enough to fit 1 million Earths inside it. In ancient cultures, the largest of the rising sun represented hope and the understanding that life begins again, fresh and new, responsible for the climate and weather of the earth. It is the symbol of birth and rebirth, which is exactly what we're going through right now in Pisces season. That's what that new moon is about. I really feel like it's more about wrapping things up than it is about starting the new. And as we go into the full moon energy in Aries, I guess it will be in Aries. That'll be about furthering the wounded self, because Chiron, the wounded healer, I believe, is in Aries right now. I could be wrong there. I'm not an astrologer, so, you know, do your research. Which I probably should have done before I mentioned it. But anyway, whatever. Don't judge me. It can also represent resurrection. See? A time of profound spiritual awakening. It symbolizes the end of darkness and the beginning of light, and an initiation of a whole new cycle. Your life is expanding in profound and wondrous ways. New experiences and ideas are emerging. Vitality and wide open opportunities are at hand. Seize the day. This is the perfect time to begin that new project, to give birth to an emerging idea. Timing is everything, and the time is now. Didn't I say that already somewhere? I think I did. Anything and everything is possible. Good fortune awaits you. The rising sun is the ultimate symbol of the Yang principle, expanding power and activity. I feel like we're healing our divine masculine energy. It's like we're having a rebirth of the energy that has been about forcing ourselves forward, about movement forward, trying to create movement forward. It's like we're starting to embrace and heal that energy, more so moving from a feminine place of compassion and caring and just nurturing the absolute crap out of people and situations in life. You know, when we nurture those things with compassion, care, and tenderness, that means yourself too. When you nurture those things, you come into such a place of fulfillment. But this is about new beginnings coming your way. You are radiant and luminous. There is a glow within you that can be felt by all. So I actually was told today that my energy is palpable, that it's like past the point of even feeling. It's like somebody said, I can literally feel when you go live or when you are doing readings. They can feel that energy. It's like I start something and they instantly feel it, or I get a message from this person every single time that I go live or whichever, and they're just like, this is insane. I can like feel that energy, you know. She's a lovely soul. Let's read the power card, shall we? Let's read what this power is about. Embracing the power within, about, you know, harnessing universal power. Nothing can withstand the power of the divine. This is your time. This is the time to claim your power and step into your potential. This doesn't necessarily mean that you will be without fear. You might feel uncertain, but do it anyway. Be courageous. Let the world hear your voice. Take a stand. Stand up for yourself and for others. Share your passion. Teach from the heart, write, and your words will have great meaning. Hold your body as if you are incredibly valiant, noble, and brave. After all, you are. So, how have you been holding your body where perhaps, you know, it might have caused injury to yourself? Have you been holding your body in a way that's been causing injury? Have you been holding too much weight on your shoulders? The weight of all, the weight of others, the weight of time, the weight of everything. Look at my shoulders now. I don't know all of you who were here earlier today who saw me with the one side up and the other side down. Well, after I finished the last live I did earlier, I went into meditation. And as I meditated and did the clearing energies and started to practice the process of allowing, that weight that's on my shoulders, the energy, it just releases and it feels so much better. So I know there was a lot of weight I was carrying on my shoulders about many things, about the responsibility that I have to others due to connection, soul connection, pathway connection, all of those sorts of things. That energy that we have or we feel, we tell ourselves that are ours because of an attachment that we have to another or our family members or whichever. That is something that we ourselves are allowing ourselves to take on. If your soul calls you to do it, then absolutely do what your soul calls you to do. Right, Genevieve, I know they do. It feels amazing. Just in understanding, if you can picture that there's this energy and the frustration and the whichever that you're dealing with. Picture the group of people or the person or the whatever. If you're empathic, we need to have ways to deal with these tools, right? We need to have ways to deal with how to allow someone's energy be their own energy. And how do we know it's not our energy? How do we know that we're not taking on the energy of others? So if this group of people or this situation, could be finances, could be whatever you want it to be that's causing you stress or turbulence, whatever, on the other side, put it there and picture yourself across from it. I want you to take a one-sided mirror that has just a plain back and the mirror that way. So the mirror is going to face the other people. As you put that mirror down there, do you feel a sense of relief? Do you feel a sense of ease as you put that mirror so that energies coming from others are bouncing off the mirror back to themselves instead of coming to you and through you? Put the mirror there, and how do you feel? How do you feel when you put that mirror up so that energy is blocked? How do you feel? If you feel release, if you feel a sense of ease, then you know it's not your energy. Yes, there are attachments to it, absolutely. I feel my shoulders tensing just talking about this. Isn't that interesting? So you see, there's attachments to it, absolutely. There's connect, absolutely. So if that mirror's there and it's facing the other way and you feel a sense of ease and you feel the energy subside, send the divine out from you and heap love on that. Heap love on that situation. Send it all away with light and with love, and allow the divine to bring it back to you how they will. But always keep that mirror up there. And is it a form of blocking the energy? It's actually just a test, so you can see if that energy you're feeling is actually yours. There's a lot of karma that's being cleared, and has been for like the last even 2 years. There's been so much energy of karma that is being cleared away. A lot by light workers, a lot by people that work with energy, that deal with energy, that take an energetic whole, go like this and split it in two in order for it all to grow to a bigger thing, just like molecules or atoms or whichever in your body. In order for, babies and children, in order for growth to happen, things need sometimes to be broken and just be split in two so that they can multiply in different ways, and then yet again come back together to create the greater whole. You see, a lot of times we think that the growth needs to be done with that other energy to focus on. But if that other energy is there and you cannot separate yourself from that energy, where is your growth? Where does it stem from for you, for your soul? A lot of times we need to put that mirror up there, not to block out the energy, not to do that, but absolutely put that mirror up there to test and see if that energy is ours or it's somebody else's. Oh yeah, that feels good. So I learned that just last week. Now, as I was saying earlier, there's this whole in the new moon, Pisces new moon energy of being okay with having your head in having your mind, that's a better way to put it, having your mind creating sleepless nights, the stress, the worry, the aggravation, the tension. It's okay to have that, but it's also okay to recognize that it's the mental processing of the emotions. Does healing come through mental processing your emotions? Or does healing come by allowing your emotions to rise and take over the mental ambiguity? Because our brain, our mental functioning will only let us, if we have not grown emotionally, create an ambiguous ladder upward that every step you take, you are going to cut your feet on. You see, nothing can take you mentally as far or even close to as your emotions can. So when you're stuck in that mental ambiguity, which is 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords energy, yeah, it is. Absolutely. I'm explaining surrender. But allowing your heart to still feel that love and that compassion and that connect regardless. How do you do that and get rid of the mental ambiguity? How do you create that for yourself? How do you create that? It's by acknowledging the fact that you still get to feel the emotion you feel. Any one certain person's decision, even yours, any one certain person's decision does not change in any way the fact that you are allowed to love. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are allowed to give love. You are allowed to give your energy. You are allowed to pray love and healing to people. You are allowed to love people. Someone deciding to stop a certain trajectory or whichever does not change that energetic flow of love. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they try and do or what you try and do. This is what I was talking about earlier, how it's about, so you miss it. So you miss that person, you miss that job, you miss that thing, you miss the whatever it is. You miss it. But the reality of the scenario is That's very 3D world thinking. Is there something to miss if you're still allowed or able to love that part of your life? If you miss it, send it love, send it light, and drop it. Because missing something is the disconnect from your mind to your heart. When you understand that your heart center takes you forward in a way that nobody can shut it out, your heart center, your emotions, that divine love, unconditional love for others, regardless of what's going on, no one can shut that out. Do you understand that in this world, no one can shut that out? Because it's divine energy. Love is not something you go looking for. Hope is not something you go looking for. All of those things are not something you go looking for. It is actually all energy. It's all permeable. It's all around us. It's given to us to send forth. The divine allows us to harness that energy and send it forth where we want to focus it. But the reality is that growth needs to happen sometimes. The tearing apart needs to happen sometimes for growth to grow on either side the fence. So you may find yourself what in 3D mentality we would call the victim of circumstances. You may find yourself feeling that way. But the reality is, in heart-centered energy, we are going to have a victory every time. Nobody can take away by their yes or no the love that you feel for people. There's going to be people that know that there's this innate love, and they're going to see that love come from you, that white light come from you, and they're going to be afraid of it because they've never seen such a thing as unconditional white light, love, care, compassion, and understanding before. It's not necessarily about anything. I'm just channeling communication. Things that I found out in meditation earlier today, or that I'm coming to clearer understanding on. So people will say, well, that sounds like it's coming from an empath. Absolutely, 100%. Well, the thing is, we're all empathic. Every single one of us is empathic. Some block their empathic nature because they fear narcissistic abuse, or they have been in that circumstance where their empathic nature was allowed to be taken over by narcissistic people who perhaps it was a young empathic energy. It's really going to be a journey in this lifetime. It's really going to be a journey in this lifetime to be able to understand that. This is how I want to explain. Guilt is a mental process. You say, I feel guilty for what I've done. You're using a mental process to put a name to an emotion. So drop the mental process and understand what actually that feeling in your heart, what does it bring? Hi, Miguel, welcome. What does that feeling in your heart bring? Drop the mental capacity to reason your emotions. Drop it. Drop the mental capacity to reason your emotions. That heart energy, what does that feel? Just focus on your heart. Focus on that energy in your chest. Don't use your mind. Use your heart. I'm teaching you here how to transmute. No, that's your mind telling you it feels heavy. Okay, so just feel your heart space. Your mind is not allowed to talk to you right now. You're welcome, Maria. Just feel your heart space. Take a breath. You're going to feel it waver up and down. If your mind would put the word heavy to it, you're going to feel it waver up and down. It's like taking that energy that is within your chest, that heart, that soul. What color would you give it? Would you give it green? Would you give it pale green? What color, if it was a type of green, how vibrant would it be? Would it be very pale? If you were feeling your heart energy, what would you feel in that heart energy? If you guys want to get into a place of meditation, to be able to stop the mind, pink. You see, if you feel the heart energy as pink, Tracy, that is not heavy. That pink is open. It's beautiful. It's love for all and unconditional love. When you feel that heavy along with the pink, that's when you're looking for something back. When you are doing unconditional love, having that for your heart space and for you, the only person that can fill that cup, the only energy that can fill that heart space up is divine. It's no person on this planet that can come and fill that heart space up. So picture sitting there, not rooted to anything, just like you're floating. We're going to picture ourselves, everybody close your eyes. We're going to picture ourselves flying up, out of our house, just sitting or whichever, standing, not connected to anything. Moving up through the outer atmosphere into space as we look at the earth. We are going to picture ourselves moving past the moon. Now we can see the sun, the moon, and the earth. We are going to picture ourselves just there as energy floating with the vastness of our being, little electrical blue impulses, and the outer parts of us as white lined, even to the curly parts of my hair, to the roots, the tips, the everything. I feel the white energy, the white light transforming, allowing yourself to understand and realize that that white light is there. As you realize that that white light is there, I want you to sit and understand in the calmness of how that feels. If you feel the need to cry, cry. If you feel the need to be angry, just feel it. Just let it do its thing. Just let that energy move and allow it to slowly, like ripple effects, leave. It's just going to leave you because there's nothing that you're grounded to or connected to other than that divine spark that is you, that flows in you and through you. Picture your crown chakra opening, absolutely just opening, and white light coming at you from all sides, going to every part of your outer sphere, into every molecule of your body, into every molecule of your being, all the energy that flows around. It's all coming in like permeable energy of love, hope, trust, faith, divine alchemy. We have everything that we need because we are divine beings. We have everything that we need to be here. Perfect, pure, and complete as we are, as we sit out in this outer atmosphere of looking at the the small parts of our universe that sometimes make us feel incredibly heavy as we find ourselves out here in this vast expanse. There's nothing. It's peaceful. It's quiet. You may feel yourself bounce right back into your being in the chair you're sitting in, back out. Back into your being in the chair you're sitting in and back out again. You may find yourself back and forth. And as you sit there and decide which energy feels better, I promise you, you are going to end up in that vast place where the feeling isn't there, because the feeling is all encompassing. There is, when you have zero resistance, then there is no need to put a mental process to any emotion. There's so much mental chatter, so much mind numbing mental chatter that we put on things. If we can come out here more often and hold this energy, I would like all of you that are here with me to come up beside me. Let's hold hands out in this vast expanse. Not even hold hands. Let's just stand with our arms out wide in this vast expanse, and the energy and power of the divine will leave our middle finger as we hold our hands straight out like this. The energy will come in. We will connect divine white light energy from one to another. And as we all create a huge circle around our universe, around our beings, around the earth, the sun, the moon, we create this vast expanse of love, clear energy, divine energy. We sit there with simple soul knowing that we are all united. As we are all united and have this white light love that flows through us already, that, my friends, is the unconditional love. It's not about trying to control someone's response to you. It's not about that. It's about understanding the love that you are and understanding the love that they are, and bringing yourself to a new way of understanding you. So my soul tribe and my soul family, wouldn't it be beautiful if we could all come into this energy, to come out here more often and to hang out with each other more often in this expanse, the vast expanse of universal love and empowerment and light. And oh my gosh, my hairs on my arms are on end, like freaking on end. I have needed to be out here in this vast expanse for quite some time because I've been in the mental processing. Now, in the Nine of Swords in the tarot, thank you. In the Nine of Swords in the tarot, let's find it, because I want to explain this visually to you peoples, my darlings, my tribe, my friends. I'm glad you'll remember it. It's beautiful because it helps you understand that you are so much more than the mental capacity of what your mind will deal with right now. It's not about using your mind to create it forward. It's about using the vast expanse of the divine to create it forward. Nine of Swords energy. You see these swords all lined up like this? This is mental processing at its finest. The thing is, it's like a ladder. You see that? A person could go and climb up that. It's like an absolute ladder in your mind. The thing is with this mental ladder is it's sharp and it's painful. We can climb up this all we want, but this person doesn't look in joy, do they? So how do you stop the mental chatter? How do you head into divine energy? By understanding that as you calm the mental mind, the mental body, and allow yourself to come to full fruition in a way that is brand new to you, that takes away the stress and the turmoil and the frustration that our mind puts to our emotions. When you understand that, then you're able to move in a way that's completely different. You're able to actually let go of the swords altogether. You can bypass the 10 of Swords energy, my friends. People say, well, how can you bypass that? You can't bypass 10 of Swords. I'm telling you right now, everything is choice. Everything is choice. So can we mental process it to death? Yep. Will we come up with what we're looking for? Most likely not. Where will we find love? Where will we find hope? Where will we find healing? We'll find that on the path of surrender. Now I'm going to pull my universe has my back deck, because it's all about surrendering to what the divine has in store for you as in movement forward. So let's find out what the divine has to tell us. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Can you surrender even your attachment to spirit? Can you surrender your attachment to the divine? Can you surrender the control of your attachment to spirit? Can you do that? Sure you can. Because then that is true allowing, and allowing spirit to come find you. I can't believe this. The card I just pulled. I surrender to a power greater than me. This is where true transformation in the form of butterfly as transformation comes from. Surrendering to a power greater than you. It's not about the plans you had in motion. It's about the plans the divine has in motion. So you see, when we surrender, we step actually into the process of allowing. And one of the beautiful ways to step into that process of allowing is through the meditation I just did. Because it stops all the mental chatter. And it's clear and crystalline out there. There's no fight back. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. You see, energy of love, you don't have to go looking for love. It's all around you. It's permeable. It's energy. It permeates through everything. It's in the air you breathe. It's in the fact that you smile. It's in the color of your hair. It's in the beautiful joy that you find as you walk through a store and go, oh, I love that thing. It's in the creative idea that you have in your mind about what you want to build moving forward. That's where love is found. It's in energy. Love is energy. Love is not something you go searching for. Love is something you embrace. When you can understand that embracing love means embracing you and embracing your divine white light power that is within, embracing love in a way that is outside of you, into you, and out again, and into you and out again. Energy is all about exchange and transfer. We transfer energies, we exchange energies. A person can sit here and say, no, I refuse to put labels on this. I'm walking away. They cannot walk away from that exchange and energy. This is why a lot of people feel like they are still attached to people even after long periods of time away from them. Because love is energy. If love is energy and we are energy, does it not make sense that we are all therefore connected here on the planet? We are all therefore loving each other just by breathing. It's an idea. It's a thought. When I lean on certainty and faith, you see, this is what I'm talking about. When you lean on certainty and faith, the feelings in here, the heart energy, I change my mind about the world I see. There's a higher knowing and a higher understanding, my friends. The higher knowing and the higher understanding is like, it's at a heart chakra place. It's not even about putting words to what you feel. It's just simply about having certainty and faith in the fact that all is well, regardless of what it looks like from a mind's perspective, that all is exactly as it should be. And the divine is bringing all things forward to exactly as it should be, whether you want it to or not. So what's the point in resisting? When I cultivate that spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. So what kind of love do you want? Do you want to cultivate that spiritual kind of love so that you can trust the universe no matter what? Can you surrender your future happiness, your everything, what you thought, to the absolute will of the divine? Can you surrender it in truth and integrity? Sure you can. I have faith in you. Wanting more for others puts me into an energy of abundance. Do you want others to have peace and kindness and calm? Do you want them to have love? Do you want their minds to be at ease? Do you want their hearts to be full? Wanting that and doing what it takes to give that to yourself and others puts you in the energy of abundance. What you hold on to mentally, that is actually just an energetic exchange of divine, squelches abundance. Wow. I'm going to have to rewatch this. I rewatched the other one. I have to rewatch this one too, because apparently there's lots of messages here for Halo too. I don't have to fear my fear. I can use it as a way to get closer to what? Love. You cannot have fear unless love has once been there, because fear is anywheres where love has once lived. The only reason we fear is because we will lack. And the only reason we can fear lack is because we've once had. So if we can get back into the feeling of we always have, we don't have to go get love. It's here, it's permeable through all of us. It's a permeable membrane of our skin. Love is a permeable membrane of our being entirely. It sets us into a huge, higher perspective of power and how you move through life. I don't have to fear my fear. I can use it as a way to get closer to love. Because, my friends, in the darkness is where fear lives. But if love is there, it will always bring light. Why? Why will that always bring light? So tell me, is fear an illusion? Is darkness an illusion? If energy is permeable and love is permeable? Absolutely. What creates that fear and that darkness? The mental process. So give your mind a break. Therefore, it will give your heart a break. And therefore, you can go out into the vast expanse that is the vast expanse, and see what you can create from that place. Appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. When you get into this state of being able to attract love for another, being able to attract a family together like we have here online, a soul family. When you get into that energy of being able to attract love, and harness that divine love, regardless of what your mind tells you. That, my friends, is the utmost super attractor power that you will ever have in your life. It's the most powerful thing you will ever have. Some people might mentally process it and call it the high road. I want to let you know the high road is also taken out of ego and can be very dark. It's not about taking the high road. It's about taking the road of love. We're just going to send love out there and know with certainty and faith that the love is going to come back. You see? Understand that a spiritual journey, that is strictly a spiritual journey, and I have my crystals and I have my this and I have my that. You talk to yourself like you are the only, the highest energy. And when people feel like they can't measure up to that high energy, they'll go somewhere where they can measure up, you see. So where does that high road take you? Does it bring a tribe of people in? Or does that high road take you to a place that is very lonely? That can be very dark? Amen to that. Amen to that. Fear is a mental process. That's what fear is. And every time you step on that part of the ladder, the sword that is fear, you cut yourself. No wonder we hurt so badly. No wonder we're in so much pain. No wonder that we bleed so deeply. You see, no wonder we bleed so deeply. There's so much power to be had in release. I just got told to pull my Isis deck. Let's see, fine. And I looked on the bottom and it says initiation. You see, we're being initiated into, it's not about learning love all in one way, all one idea of it, or the way your heart is. It's about taking it and transforming it each time. People will say, oh, I've already had my spiritual awakening. And I sit here and go, oh, damn. Our whole life is about awakening. So if you feel you've already had your full spiritual awakening, I'm telling you, you're in for a tower moment. You've got to expect and truly anticipate every single moment of every single day as a new process and a new step into your spiritual awakening. You can never get it done, but you never get it wrong. You see, this is where fear is based from. People feel like, well, if I move in this direction, I'm going to do it wrong, and then I don't know what to do. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I'm there. I'm speaking from absolute experience. In fact, just 4 days ago experience. So when you have that fear and you want to hold on to something and hold it tight, and you aren't able to allow it to grow, to go and to have movement and to grow, to find its way, just like a parent who has a child will have to cut the apron strings and hopefully prepared them to, go out there and do their thing. Are you going to hold on to that child forever and keep them in diapers? You're insane, man. I'm just saying. Right? Come on now. We all want to teach our children to use the potty, right? No more diapers. I'm sick of diapers. You see what I'm saying here? Are you following me? Put a like, put a thumbs up in the chat if you're following me, because what I'm saying is every single moment of your life is about spiritual awakening. You have not already had your spiritual awakening as it is. You are going to have recycling the spiritual awakening. You're going to awaken at every moment and every time. And when the divine puts that little aha moment, that's awakening. When you come to that understanding of awakening, you'll start to understand that this whole life from birth to death and even beyond and back in the cycle again is all about our sacred destiny. It's our destiny to awaken. It is our destiny to fly boldly and free, like Star Trek, to boldly go where no one has gone before, no man. To take your soul where it has never been before. That's what growth is about, and that's where sacred destiny comes from, my friends. What is your sacred destiny? To be here. Woohoo! You're here. You're already doing it. Let's celebrate. You're already fulfilling your sacred destiny by the fact that you breathe. Do you understand that? I'm just saying. Not that I know anything. Heck, do I know? Initiation. When you are being initiated into the divine mysteries of light, love, and power, what have we been talking about? There are moments of profound challenge. The key is to find the light within the challenge. Where are you being called to? The key is to find the light within the challenge. So if you're facing a challenge, something, an energy to get through, whether you think it's fear or sadness or whichever, the key is to find the light within the challenge, the opportunity for growth that can transform any challenge into an experience of healing. With compassion and cleverness, you will not burn during your challenges. You shall thrive. Where are you being called to lead that you refuse to step into? Where? I know where I'm being called to lead, I refuse to step into. But you know what? There's a whole lot of love there, but I would say there's a whole lot of fear there too. But there's no such thing as fear. So if there's a whole lot of love there, then I guess what there is concern of is that it'll go away, but it can't go away. You see how we end up in the mental process. 9 people in the room, 18th. That's my birthday. 09/18. Yep. So the key is to find the light within the challenge, the opportunity for growth that can transform any challenge into an experience of healing. With compassion and cleverness, you will not burn during your challenges. You shall thrive. If you are being initiated, I promise you, you are facing a massive challenge right now, or you're about to. So, isn't that beautiful, painful, hurtful, frustrating, exhausting? All of those things our mind would put to it. But in actuality, all that's really real is love. Yeah, try and wrap your mind around that one. And when you figure it out, send me an email, guidinghalo@gmail.com, and let me know, because I'm working on it too. Feeling good will bring me far more than whatever I thought I needed. So it's about getting yourself into a good feeling place, loving people where they're at, loving yourself where you're at, and showing compassion will actually create the growth you're looking for, you see. So feel good, have some fun, get into feeling good energy. I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. I have myself been told to do something for a very long time. And I told myself also that I held myself back because a certain group of people may have wanted me to. And I told myself that I wasn't going to do it because of that group of people. But in actuality, I took a lot of responsibility that was mine and heaped it on that group of people. Not seeing the positive in that situation. You see, because there could be backlash. There could be a lot of frustration. But if you want renewal in your life, I just saw the judgment card, literally. If you want renewal in your life, what are you going to do? Get into your heart space, my friends. Is it about finding balance in your emotions? Or is it about giving the mental body a break and moving with what your heart wants you to do? People don't want you to move at times because they fear what your movement will bring. But if you can harness the energy of love, then you move from a place that is freedom. You have the freedom to do what you choose to do when you harness the energy of love, you see. It's very important to understand that. Very interesting. The reason I have to go back and watch all these things is because even the information I'm giving you is challenging for me as well. Remember earlier today I said I had this card next to the Seven of Swords, and it's like someone was giving you one parcel of the truth because the rest of the truths were too hard to bring forward. So they're giving you the parcel of truth that they feel you can handle or that they can handle themselves. Now, the only way to allow that to be is to understand the full picture and feed it love and not need anything from it. Interesting, right? Not need anything more. It's okay. It's okay to give me that parcel of truth and to exit stage left where you want to. That's okay. It's okay. You are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. We're in for some new beginnings, my friends, just like in the beginning of this video tonight, this session. You know, we're in for some new beginnings. Right now, we're in the finite end of managing things. Schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. So you're being guided through this process and this cycle into greater what? Into greater knowing so that you can take greater action. Take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation. You need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. So how do you lovingly assert yourself when you know that your love is not going to be returned? It's not about showing up in physical form. It's about showing up in tangible spiritual form. Your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try and force it to happen. So can you take that love, that permeable energy, harness it into a ball in your hands and send it outward, trusting that is whatever is yours and whatever is on the end of that vibrational flow of love is going to come to you regardless? Can you do that? It is not easy. Let me tell you, it's hard. Letting go of what you feel you want to man muscle into the world is not easy because we've been in masculine energy for countless years, 200 or more of Capricorn masculine energy. We are now coming into feminine energy where the only way forward is to nurture it into birth process. That, my friends, is when you will have the victory and justice will be brought, you see. Just saying. You've got to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself by using the loving, harnessing, loving energy of the divine. The divine brings all things back around. What is for you cannot be lost, nor gone, nor forgotten. I promise you, there is even a first love from your high school days that thinks about you still. I promise you, because who you come into contact with, even if it's the person you're walking past on the street that gives you a smile, that brightens your day or makes you grin back, is a soul contract. Do you understand that nobody can cross your path that is not meant to? When you take that energy and you harness it as truth and certainty and faith for you, you will truly come into new understanding that everything happens for absolute divine reason. Absolute divine reason. So I heal the habit of fear. See, this is what we're after, stepping into love and healing this habit called fear. Fear is not the absence of love. Fear is what we tell ourselves is the mirror image of love, but it's a habit and it's bullshit. So, yeah. I heal and the habit of fear, and I embrace the habit of love. Do you see how these two energies mirror each other as one extreme, but they're actually the same thing? Let's go full encompassing energy straight back to that mirror. I said to place, put that energy of that mirror so that it can focus onto that back of the mirror facing you and the shiny part to the other people, and let their energy be theirs. Let their energy be theirs. Focus your intention with the energy that is you, and understand how full you are. Understand how powerful you are. And if you feel release in putting that mirror up so that their energy bounces back at them, I'm telling you, you are not feeling your own energy. You're not. You're feeling theirs. And that, my friends, is what true love is. Feeling that loving energy from afar, but that loving energy that you want to sit there and say is heavy and it's burdensome and it hurts. Actually, it's not hurt. It's not burdensome and it's not heavy. The word you would put to that would be permeable. It's all through you. It's the energy of love. It's not the energy of that person. Why does then it hurt, Halo? Why does it hurt? Tell me why it hurts. It doesn't hurt. The hurt word comes from the habit of fear, you see. It does not hurt. It's just that you are holding so much love and vibration for a mass collective that it feels more than one person, one being on this soul can hold, on this planet can hold all of this love. Well, yeah, you can hold it all. The thing is you got to lose your need for it to come back. When you release the need for it to come back, that is when it comes to you. You see. So, yeah, there's that. I love you guys. I hope this has been helpful. It's been helpful for me. So, yeah, there's a whole lot that was channeled. I'll have to go back and watch it myself so that I can remember what was said. This is what happens. I give a whole channeled message and then I have to go back and watch because I don't remember 98% of what was said. So I hope you've all enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it because I want to come here and I want to be able to give you guys love and compassion and care and help you understand what those feelings, what that energy actually is. You know, people will call anxiety, well, they'll call that tightness in their chest anxiety. I just want to sit there and say, maybe it's because you're holding a lot of love in there, in that big old cup. So allow it just to spill out. It's more so excitement than it is anxiety anyway. Take the energies, whatever word you would put to an energy, find its opposite in positivity and place that word instead. You will become such a much more powerful creator for your life and for others when you do. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Mwah. Many blessings. Bye for now. You're so welcome.